Hi everyone, and welcome to What's Up Wednesdays. Ooh, let me just correct this a little. Hey again, everyone. I was a little distracted. Wanted to fix that up real quick. So, what is up, peeps? How is your Wednesday going? I know mine has been all over the place, but I like it like that. I mean, not that I'm trying to copy Cardi B or anything, but yeah. I like going all over the place. I was up in North Phoenix, well, what I would call North Phoenix, up in Peoria, and like the avenues, you know, getting ready for the open house this Friday. So if you want to go, let me know. I'm going to be posting details in my Facebook stories, but as well as on Facebook and Instagram. So yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a beautiful house and it's under $220,000. So yeah, I'm just saying 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and 1,400 plus square feet. So I'm just saying nice little buy, and you're super close to, different shopping centers, a Chipotle. I love Chipotle. Anyways, super close to a lot of wonderful things. But today we're going to talk about the Pathway to Purchase program. But before I jump into that, I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Azucena Gonzalez. I'm a realtor with Mojica and Associates. And every Wednesday I do a What's Up Wednesday video just to talk about different things in the real estate field, okay? Sometimes I do veer off into other topics, but that way, you know, we mix it up a little because not everybody wants to hear stuff that is so technical all the time. I know I don't. So I'm like, oh, let's vary it up. So that being said, the Pathway to Purchase program, what is that? The Pathway to Purchase program is a down payment assistance program that also helps with closing costs. Now, you may be thinking, okay, so what about it? The thing is that typically programs that help or provide any kind of assistance in the home buying process typically only focus on down payment, right? But that's what makes this one unique, is that the funds that they give you can also be given to help cover the closing costs. So it can be a huge selling point when submitting an offer in one of the eligible areas. Now, there are certain requirements that you need to meet for the program, such as the income cannot exceed $92,000 a year. That the purchase price of the home cannot exceed $371,000. There are certain zip codes that this is only available for. However, these zip codes are within Phoenix, Casa Grande, Tucson, Vail, Yuma. Did I say Glendale already? And several other ones. So it's actually all over the place. So, if you're watching from other places of Arizona, no need to worry because it is likely available in your city as well. Okay, but again, in very specific areas. Okay, so that's just something to be mindful of. But the biggest update that I wanted to give you about this was the fact that these funds are going faster than Jimmy John's sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? You know when they talk super fast on the radio and they're like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like I just tried to copy, but I couldn't. So yeah, dude, for real, like these funds are going super fast. Let me tell you how fast it's going. Okay, so the ones for September finished before the month was even up. We were like halfway through the month. And now for this one, hey Brian, for this one, I think there was like a 4-hour gap when different loan officers and lenders were able to submit a request for these funds, right? And within those 4 hours, they received about 3 times as much as, at least 3 times as much of the funds that they're able to give out. That's a lot of applications. And that being said, every month they only allot a certain amount of funds. So it doesn't mean that everybody can just apply for the funds and that they'll finish by a sooner time. So basically, hypothetically speaking, if they only allot 1 million, and again, hypothetically speaking, every month they only allot 100,000 to give out in assistance. They do this so you can have an actual specified amount of time that they'll be running this program. So yeah, and the thing about it is, one of the lenders that I'm working with right now, they said they had submitted 4 applications. 2 of them weren't even received because of some sort of funky thing going on in the down payment assistance program. and I don't remember if any of them got it. So yeah, I know that when we had talked about this program, it was super exciting, and it's still super exciting. However, please know that if you are interested in these funds, it's super important to take into consideration that if you're not on it already, you're not setting yourself up for success. Okay, so that means if you are on the, what is that called, on the fence about buying, like, you need to say either yes or no, especially if you're looking for these funds, because these funds are not going to last forever, and it's not easy to get them. It's only the 10th of October, and the funds are gone for October. Like, it's all reserved and set apart. So if anything, y'all need to wait until basically October 30th, which means that you would then close by like November. So do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is not something where you're just kind of like, oh yeah, I found the house of my dreams now. I'm ready to get pre-qualified and get started with the process. No, boo-boo. If you do that, you're going to set yourself up for heartbreak. Okay. Now, there's still other programs available that provide down payment assistance, but they don't provide the closing cost part. Now, down payment, closing costs. Down payment is the money that you put down, because depending on the loan that you get, whether it be FHA or conventional, they're going to ask you to put a minimum amount down, somewhere around 3% and higher depending on the loan. Which excludes VA loans, because VA loans will give 100% of the purchase price. So the down payment is that, right? About that 3% or whatever that amount is going to be, in case you want to give more. So real quick, just to put in there, you do not need a 20% down payment to buy your primary home. Now, if it's an investment home, you are going to need about that 20%. But anyways, before I go off into that deep end, so your down payment is basically the money that they ask you to put down to so that the lender can give you the other money, right? Then your closing costs are basically the costs of the different fees, being able to buy. There's people need to get paid, right? Your lender gets paid. Your the title company gets paid, your appraisal gets paid, and all that kinds of good stuff. Okay, and you're probably like, well, what about the realtor's pay? Well, the realtor's pay comes from the seller, so that doesn't come as part of the buyer's closing costs. So yeah, so they're both really different. And I know that we often hear that sellers pay for closing costs. However, that is the buyer's responsibility. Now, sellers can assist with closing costs, but it depends on what the market looks like. Everything is negotiable, but you just have to be aware that in certain situations, you may not be able to negotiate as much as you would want, depending on what your situation is. Okay? Because at the same time, if there's a house that's been on the market for 1 day and you ask for 3% closing costs, there's a high probability that you might not get that offer accepted, because the seller might be like, you know what, I'm going to wait because I'm sure that somebody else is going to maybe not ask for all closing costs, you know, because then it's money that they get to keep. But if the house has been on the market for a month, then you might have some more leeway because they're looking to really sell that house. Do you know what I'm saying? But it all comes with the experience of the realtor and them being able to advise you. Okay. So any questions, always feel free to reach out. But yeah, so that's basically the update. And just to wrap it all up in a little small nugget, in case you were just kind of like, what? The Pathway to Purchase program is out here and still available. They are allocating a certain amount every single month. The funds go super, super, super fast. Okay. That being said, you need to get on it now, and that even doesn't guarantee anything. So I'm just saying, prepare for the worst and hope for the best, and we got this. Okay. Remember, there are program eligibility requirements, such as the zip code, income, and purchase price of the home. For more information, please feel free to hit me up. You already know you can reach me by phone at 928-366-8024. You can text me. You can message me on Facebook. Leave me a comment here below. You can look on my YouTube video. Check that out. Leave a comment there. And you can also email me, which you can find that on my business page. But it's Azucena Gonzalez Realtor at gmail.com. And yeah, so the struggle is kind of real, but seriously, dreams do come true and things can happen. We just gotta, put some little boogie in it. So I'm just saying. All right. Well, I'm gonna let y'all go. I gotta get dinner started here soon. I'm making nachos today, so I'm super, super excited. So yes, well, I'm always excited for dinner. Let's just be real. And any kind of feeding time. But okay, I'm gonna let y'all go. Have a lovely Wednesday, and I will see you Friday at the open house and for my Fit Friday video. Okay, so until then, see you soon.